In the scorching desert, beneath a cloudless sky and with the sun as the only witness, a group of men commits a brutal act. A woman, Maya, is murdered without mercy. What they don't know is that death isn't always the end. Sometimes, it's the beginning of something far worse. This is a story of vengeance born from pain, betrayal, and rage. Richard arrived at the desert house in a helicopter. A modern construction, isolated from the world, surrounded by stone and sand, where heat clung to the walls and silence reigned. At his side was Maya, his lover, young, radiant, with a carefree smile, unaware of the fate awaiting her. From the moment they arrived, the atmosphere felt off. She gave him a small gift, a mysterious box, which seemed to amuse him. He returned the gesture with another present. Intimate tokens exchanged between people used to indulgence. The next morning, Maya woke early. She prepared some breakfast and sat quietly, taking in the view. But her peace shattered when two armed men appeared at the door. Narcos? Soldiers? No, just Richard's friends, Stan and Dmitri, arriving unannounced, full of testosterone and bad jokes. They hadn't expected company. From the start, the air was tense. Stan's stares were unsettling, Dimitri's tone borderline offensive, and Richard seemed amused by it all. That night, Maya danced in front of them. She had been drinking. There was heat. Something inside her wanted to feel free, desired, admired. But she had no idea what would come next. The mysterious welcome gift turned out to be a potent local hallucinogen, and, brilliantly, Maya was tasked with storing it, along with the guns. The party dragged on. The laughter grew darker, and the air heavier. The next morning, Richard left to speak with the park ranger. Maya was left alone with Stan. The tension snapped. Stan, misreading everything from the previous night, became aggressive. He grabbed her, pushed her, forced himself on her. She screamed and tried to escape. No one came. Dmitri walked in, muttered something meaningless, and walked away to take a swim. When Richard returned, Maya confronted him. She told him everything. He listened, then offered her money to forget it happened. Maya refused. She threatened him, blackmailed him. Richard, cold and calculating, led her to the edge of the cliff. There, amidst shouting and pleas, he pushed her. The fall was devastating. A dry branch impaled her abdomen. Her body hung motionless, feet above the ground. She bled. She barely breathed. But she wasn't dead. Hours later, she opened her eyes. The heat hit her like a wall. The pain was unbearable. She tore herself free from the branch, crawled across the sand, and found shelter in a rocky crevice out of the sun. Inside, among rusted debris, she found a beer can and a lighter. With no anesthesia, she heated the can and pressed it against her wound. Her scream wasn't human. It was the sound of something being reborn. From that moment, Maya was no longer a victim. When the men came down to recover the body, they found only a trail of blood. No corpse. Dmitri, panicking, suggested fleeing. Richard insisted they find her. They split up. Maya found Dmitri first. He was by the river, refilling his canteen. She crept up, surprised him, grabbed his knife, and stabbed him in the eye. He fell instantly, without a sound. She walked away, leaving his body floating in the water. Next was Stan. He chased her in his truck. She ran, fired shots. He tried to corner her, but he made a mistake. The vehicle flipped. Injured, trapped, he tried to crawl out. Maya reached him. She looked him in the eye and shot him once, then again, until she was sure he wouldn't get up. Only Richard remained. He returned to the house, called the helicopter, showered, tried to convince himself it was over. But Maya was already inside. She wounded him, chased him through the halls. He, naked, bleeding, slipped across the marble floors, desperate to escape. But there was no way out. She caught him, pulled the trigger. Silence returned. At dawn, Maya walked out of the house barefoot. Covered in blood and dust, she walked toward the horizon. The sun greeted her like a goddess of destruction. She was no longer the same. She was something else. Something no one could ever bury again. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. Thanks for watching the movie Relator, where every film has a tale to tell.